But you know something, Pat? I don't think these guys care what kind of dirt it is. These are the mini trucks. Looking forward to this. Mazda has dominated the last couple of years, but now Jeep is here in Montreal.
Well, Jeep's #1 driver, Walker Evans, is right in the middle of it as they charge off the starting line and head for turn #1. It is a bit of a surprise there, number 10. It is Patrice McGrail who's grabbed the early lead. Walker Evans, Vic, right there in the second place spot. But he has got Glenn Harris and Jeff Huber chasing him down on the straightaway. There is that battle for second place really heating up. Walker Evans holding off the two Mazdas of Glenn Harris and Jeff Huber. But there is your leader, to the delight of this Quebec crowd. It is a Quebec driver, McGrail, who leads. There is Patrice McGrail, as now Walker Evans and the rest of the field starting to catch up just a little bit. Walker Evans holding off the #2 pickup there of Glenn Harris, and right behind him, Jeff Huber in 1.
And when you get a look at the car and the truck of Walker Evans, he's missing his left fender, and now we've had a change as well. Some of them are dropping body parts all over the stadium.
Well, there's contact going into turn 1. That battle for second place really heating up. There are the two Mazda pickups. They're chasing down Walker Evans. Out in front, it's still McGrail. And they have been hammering at each other, of course, fiberglass and sheet metal on these mini pickups over top of a racing frame. There you can see the #2 Mazda of Glenn Harris, then Jeff Huber. They fly off this jump, and you can see the suspension really working on these mini pickups. But they take a tremendous pounding, the driver being slammed around inside, but of course strapped in there, and there's the pass for second place. Glenn Harris has gone through in a second ahead of Walker Evans. A nice pass. He saw the opening there to the inside, Vic, and he's moved into that second place spot. A new fourth place position now as the 05 car of MacCachren has taken over fourth. Here's that replay and the pass by Harris. He sees the opening to the inside there going through what is turn 8 on the full course. He picks up the second place spot.
Glenn Harris just simply pulled his way through. There is your former leader. He got into a good start. That was Patrice McGrail, but now he is still out in front and doing well.
McGrail coming up here on number 712, Steve Napier. He will lap the New York driver, and oh, some contact there in the turn as McGrail almost ran right into the back of Napier, 712 in that green Toyota. There's the new second place driver, #2, Glenn Harris, and then Walker Evans back in third.
Patrice McGrail, of course. Oh, and somebody's gone over here.
That is Walker Evans. He has rolled his Jeep Comanche right over. Here are the corner workers. They'll try to get him upright. It's rock and roll time here now as they push that Jeep Comanche back and forth, trying to get enough momentum, and he is righted now, and Walker Evans will continue, but he's lost several spots.
Well, he's going to chase down McGrail now, hopefully. Coming up, of course, we will have the Supercross final for you. We talked earlier with Rollerball Ross Peterson. Alan Dick from British Columbia won the second qualifier, and he's with Pat.
Alan Dick, have you made any changes since the qualifying heat that you'll make on the bike before the final?
I don't think so. The bike's working really good. Have no complaints about it. I just think get the same start, the whole shot, and just be consistent and hopefully walk away with it.
In the early laps, who do you figure to be up there at the front?
You have to expect Ross Rollerball Peterson to be there. Jim Hawley, he's going really good. Jeff Hicks, the Americans you got to really look out for.
Okay, Alan, all the best here tonight at the Olympic Stadium.
So it is continuing to lead in this mini truck final. Patrice McGrail from Saint-Constant, Quebec in his Mazda. And chasing him, of course, is Glenn Harris.
That lead battle starting to really tighten up. McGrail has led here since the start, but Harris has come through into that second place position, and he's reeling in McGrail. They're just about 3 or 4 mini pickup truck lengths there separating the front-running two drivers, and then back to third now. It is #1, Jeff Huber, in the other Mazda, so it's Mazdas 1, 2, 3 here.
You get an idea of just how tough these trucks have to be. Look at the air they take. And then Walker Evans goes over on his side. They just put him back on his wheels, and off he goes. These are some tough drivers and some tough trucks.
Well, although they might look like the trucks that you or I would drive on the street, these are trucks that have been built around a strong tubular frame, and then, of course, the stock body parts of fiberglass and sheet metal laid over top. They're putting out some 275, as much as 300 horsepower, and McGrail, to the delight of the crowd, continues to lead. They're coming up on one of the slower trucks here. That is Pete Punderson, and here is McGrail. Gets hung up a little bit with Punderson, and that will allow Glenn Harris to close it right back up. Harris closing on the leader.
Across the start-finish line, McGrail is still your leader, but here comes Harris.
Harris is on the charge now. He has the leader in his sights. He'll use him as a bit of a gauge as he attacks some of these jumps, and he is definitely right with the leader right now, and McGrail must be looking over his shoulder and in his rear-view mirror as he watches the man who has been very, very strong here in Montreal the last couple of years in our Class 7 mini pickup race. That is Glenn Harris. He continues to close it up on the leader. That race back there for third, it is still Jeff Huber in the other Mazda, number 1 there, working his way around a couple of slower pickups in the third place spot.
And that right fender of Huber barely hanging on as he plays third. He goes for third.
There's some contact, and oh, McGrail has gone right into the concrete barrier. McGrail and Glenn Harris got into some contact, and there is the pickup of McGrail. It looks like the hot exhaust has caught one of the hay bales on fire. McGrail trying to get unstrapped in there, but he's got it right up on the concrete barrier. He can't move forward or backward, and there is your leader. Glenn Harris has charged out in front, but you can see the pounding that his Mazda has taken. The sheet metal dented in, the fiberglass pieces all torn off of the pickup, and there is McGrail as the safety crews attending to McGrail's number 10 Mazda, but after a strong run up front, it looks like that'll be it for him.
And now he loses a piece of his truck as he goes by. Here's the collision, and here is McGrail into the hay bales. He led until this point.
Well, that was the first shot. Here is the second one. McGrail goes up on 2 wheels, and then he is given a nudge there by Harris, who puts him right into that concrete wall and the hay bales. Back with the leader, Glenn Harris, number 2. And now it's quite a gap back to the second place driver, who is Jeff Huber, Glenn Harris's teammate, as Mazda's run 1-2 here in Montreal. And you can see that the pounding that Harris's machine has taken. There is Huber back there in the second place spot.
Both these Mazdas out of Camarillo, California, leading Glenn Harris, and then Jeff Huber, teammate, is second.
There is your leader, Glenn Harris, as he works this section of the racetrack. Again, the mini pickup as much in the air as it is down onto the racetrack. As Harris, who did not get off to the kind of start that we've seen from Glenn Harris here in Montreal the last couple of years. There is the white last lap flag. Glenn Harris is on his way. There is Jeff Huber in the second place position aboard the number 1 Mazda pickup. And now up into that third place position is Walker Evans' teammate, Rob MacCachren, out of Anaheim, California. So the California drivers run 1, 2, 3.
So Glenn Harris looks like he's well on his way to his third straight win in mini trucks here in Montreal.
There is Harris, the leader. Just a couple of corners to go as he works this section of the straightaway. Back in that third place position, one of the Jeep Comanches. Unfortunate for Walker Evans, that rollover earlier in the race really cost him any chance of winning it here after he had run very strong in the earlier qualifying heats. Here is your leader, Harris, coming up through the final turn. There is the checkered flag, and Glenn Harris will win it. A tremendous run here for the California driver. There is his teammate, Jeff Huber, in the other Mazda. He will finish second. And Vic, here is the third place finisher. It'll be MacCachren in the Jeep Comanche.
So Glenn Harris is your winner from Camarillo, California. He'll take home $8,500.
Coming out of that final turn, the driver just ahead of him is 724, Brian Case of Norval, Ontario. Case trying to stay on the lead lap, but right behind him is the winner. Checkered flag for Glenn Harris.
Just some of the damage done in this Coupe de Montreal here at Olympic Stadium. Your winner, Glenn Harris, and teammate Jeff Huber is second. Rob MacCachren in the Jeep is third. Coming up, the